Afternoon, everyone. We're starting to approach the subject of resistance testing, finding the internal resistance of the cell to gather whether it's worth putting it in a pack or whether it's going to let you down. So these were one of the sets of cells that I highlighted when we split all the cells into 100 milliamp sets, capacity-wise. These cells, from the top of my head, were approximately meant to be 250 or 300. Now we've got some that are close to that, up at 2211 milliamps, and we've got a vast scale dropping down. So we've got 6 at 22-ish, 100 milliamps, a couple at 2000 odd milliamps, 4 between 18 and 19, and then it drops off to 1700, 1650, 1600, 1600, 1500, 1400, 1300, 1200 milliamps. So what I'd expect to find is the lower internal resistances at the top end and the higher internal resistances at the bottom end. Bearing in mind I have not attempted to do any internal resistance testing. To that effect, I spent most of the afternoon looking for the the correct lead for the SkyRC charger, thinking that that had a internal resistance setting on. After doing a couple of quick checks on the instructions, you can use the quick test mode on the Opus BTC 3100, and it gives you a number. And I gather that the number is in milliohms, so let's pop in, and the potato strikes again, a couple of these. We'll let it do its test and then we'll pop another one in. 105 milliohms, 105, that's good because they both had the same number. They were both 22 100. 2209, okay, so that's gone up, and we've got a 2204, so around the same number we expect. $116, or slightly less. So yes, these top 7 were actually in the Powerwall shelf type device. That's good. So let's go to the bottom end now. These were in a pack before because they got solder joints on. So that's a 1.2, and that's not quite in properly. See, that's low. That's 1.14 milliohms. 1.3, 1.35 milliohms. I don't know why I took them out, but I have. One, two, four. 114. 113. Leave that alone for a minute. I'm going to swap hands on the camera. I noticed that the 105, that the footage on my camera was quite bad, and I realised the setting had got swapped to 60 frames a second, and it seems to be more potatoey. It seems like you've recorded it with a potato rather than a smartphone with a 1080p camera. 107. So nothing's striking me as dangerously high in amongst these, despite the capacities of the cells being a whole amp hour of capacity different from top to bottom. And this is worrying me, because I expected to find some sort of dangerously high number. Let's see, we've had nothing over 150, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left to test here. That's even lower. So I'm going to run through the last 7 on camera, because there's no point me stopping now. And let me know how you resistance test or internal resistance test your batteries, whether you trust the Opus BTC 3100. Someone said something about testing at the high end of your charge and your low end of the charge, but I am having a lot of trouble transferring my knowledge of resistance in AC electrics into the DC capacity side of things, and it's just I'm not quite sure where to go. See, as it stands, if all these test out below 150, then I would be quite happy to keep them and use them in packs. Maybe combine. I mean, we're not getting any new cells at the moment, and it's not looking good on the side of getting new cells, but it might be worth just paralleling some of these up, good and bad, and see just when it fails. Just load up all of the good cells, maybe in pairs, and there we go. Everything here is well and truly below 150. We've got no wild numbers whatsoever. These ones are the Sony 176. I don't know. They're slightly bigger than 18650s, but I got some wild numbers when I tested these out. I got an 8888, and then when I tested them again, I got a normal reading. So I don't know whether I didn't push it in quickly enough. So these show marks and signs of damage on the backs of the cells. Will it do 2 at a time? I can't remember. I didn't risk it. So now they're showing fairly alright kind of readings. So what is your upper limit for internal resistance? This is a 1.5 amp hour, what is it? Samsung 26C. So what would you expect a 2600 milliamp capacity? Well, it's testing 1.5. And the problem I'm getting is I'm getting good readings, so I don't know whether this is the solution. See, there we go. It's giving me a high reading. So I would bin that one, yeah? $773, yeah. So that one will be in for the bin. What's this one here? This is a Samsung 28A. One of the ones that Pete likes. It's kind of rubbed off, but that's sitting at 1900 milliamps. 1972, and that is giving us internal resistance of 131. So that would be acceptable, but that's, you know, way down on its capacity. This one tested out 1.9, 1909. It's the faint mark on that because I retested it, and that is a 22B. So that's 2200 milliamp. Would you agree? Oh, hand's getting a bit shaky now. That's 141 milliamps. So yeah. So let me know what you think. If you want me to pull out all of my Sanyo green tops that I've got loads of, testing from full capacity down to you know, an amp, if I've got to dig them out by the drawer, is it worth me digging them out and comparing them? So yeah, let me know. This has actually been quite a long video. So how do you internal resistance check? How do you grade your cells? What do you allow in your packs? What do you just bin? Let me know what you think in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and rate, and I will see you in the next video. Also, there is one test that I've done on the Power, which is kind of dangerous, which I'm not going to show on YouTube, but if you want to see it, then yeah.